There comes a moment in life when you finally understand something painful. Not everyone wants better. Not everyone wants peace. Not everyone wants growth. Not everyone wants truth. And not everyone wants the sweetness you are trying to share. Some people will look directly at honey, taste it, hear your explanation, watch your example, see your results, and still go back to filth. That is one of the hardest lessons a focused person will ever learn. Because when your heart is clean, when your intentions are real, you assume that if people only understood, they would choose better. But they do not. And the tragedy is not that flies choose waste. The tragedy is that too many bees waste their life trying to convince them not to. Read that again with your soul, because your time is running. Your purpose is waiting. Your life is being written every single day. And while you are trying to save people who are addicted to chaos, you might be abandoning the future that was meant for you. This video is about that moment. The moment you stop explaining. The moment you stop chasing. The moment you realize your energy is too sacred to pour into minds that are committed to decay. And the moment you finally return to your own honey. Let me tell you a story. There was once a bee who had discovered something beautiful. Not just once, not by luck, but every day. He knew where sweetness lived. He knew where nourishment was found. He knew that flowers, patience, and discipline always led to something pure. And one day, he looked at his friend, the fly. The bee cared about him. He did not speak from arrogance. He spoke from love. He said, "My friend, come with me. There is something better, something cleaner, something sweeter, something that will actually feed you instead of trap you." The fly listened. The bee showed him flowers. He showed him gardens. He showed him sunlight resting on petals. He showed him golden honey made from effort, patience, and intention. And for a moment, the fly looked interested. But then the smell of waste passed by, and instantly, his attention left the beauty in front of him. He turned, he buzzed away, and he went back to the filth. The bee tried again. He explained more clearly. He became more patient. He used better words. He used examples. He spoke with compassion. He returned with hope. And once again, the fly listened. Once again, the fly nodded. Once again, the fly seemed to understand. And once again, he went right back to the same dirt. Not because the bee was wrong, not because honey was not sweeter, not because truth was unclear, but because the fly was still a fly. And that is where most people break their own heart. They keep thinking the next explanation will change nature. They keep believing the next conversation will create hunger in someone who only craves distraction. They keep pouring wisdom into someone who is emotionally attached to poison. And slowly, their own wings get tired. Now here is the part that hurts. A lot of people are not suffering because they have never seen a better way. They are suffering because they are more loyal to what is familiar than to what is healthy. Pain can become a home. Chaos can become a comfort zone. Negativity can become an identity. And when that happens, they do not reject your advice because it is false. They reject it because it threatens the version of themselves they have become comfortable with. That is why some people prefer drama over discipline, noise over peace, excuses over responsibility, victimhood over transformation. And if you are the bee, that reality can be hard to accept, because bees are builders. They create, they gather, they focus, they contribute, they give value to the world. So naturally, They think everyone else wants to rise too. But flies are attracted to what rots. They search for what is decaying. They feed on what is dirty. And the more you try to drag them into the garden, the more they resent your light. This is why you must stop taking it personally when people reject peace, when they reject structure, when they reject truth, when they reject the better path you tried to show them. Their rejection is not your failure. It is their preference. And that distinction will save you years of emotional exhaustion. Because many good people are tired today, not from building their dream, but from trying to carry people who are committed to staying spiritually heavy. You were not born to spend your entire life proving that honey is sweeter. Some people know, they just do not care. Here is the danger. The bee does not lose his destiny all at once. He loses it in fragments. A little time here, a little energy there. One more explanation, one more argument, one more rescue mission, one more attempt to save someone who keeps returning to the same dirt. And that is how purpose dies for many people. Not through one catastrophic failure, but through chronic distraction. You spend years trying to make others understand your vision, trying to convince doubters, trying to educate the unwilling, trying to defend your goals to people who were never meant to walk your path. And while you are doing that, your own story sits unwritten. Your book stays in your head. Your business stays an idea. Your body stays weak. Your gift stays hidden. Your calling stays delayed. Because your focus has been stolen by flies. Look carefully at your life. How much time have you spent explaining yourself to people who already decided not to understand you? How many dreams have been slowed down because you kept looking back? How much peace have you sacrificed to debates that produced nothing? This is not just about people. It is also about habits, thoughts, distractions, platforms, conversations, environments, anything that pulls you away from your flower field, anything that keeps you circling around waste, anything that drains your inner clarity is fly energy. And if you do not become ruthless with your attention, you will wake up one day realizing you were busy the whole time, but not fruitful. You were active, but not aligned. Present, but not progressing. That is why mature people stop explaining so much, not because they became cold, but because they finally understood that life is short and destiny requires concentration. So what does the bee do when he finally learns? He returns to the garden. He stops arguing with flies. He stops proving. He stops chasing validation. He stops begging people to value what they were never trained to appreciate. And instead, he builds. He gathers. He creates. He protects his energy. He chooses his circles carefully. He flies where life exists. That is what you must do too. Return to your flowers. Return to your routine. Return to your standards. Return to your craft. Return to your vision. Return to the version of you that was disciplined before distraction entered the room. You do not need everyone to understand you. You do not need everyone to clap for you. You do not need to win every argument. You do not need to save every person. You need to stay aligned long enough to become what you were called to become. That means protecting your attention like it is gold, because it is. That means choosing environments that nourish you, content that strengthens you, people that sharpen you, silence that restores you. And it also means learning the emotional discipline of letting people go where they insist on going. Not with bitterness, not with ego, not with superiority, but with wisdom. Because wisdom knows that some people can only learn through consequence. Some people need to lose enough time before they value it. Some people need to sit in the smell of their own choices before they develop hunger for honey. And that journey is theirs, not yours. Your journey is to build something beautiful with the life you have left. There is something even deeper hidden inside this lesson. Every day you spend lost in the wrong people, you are spending pages of your life on side characters. And one day, you will feel the weight of that. Because life is not endless. Time is not casual. Your energy is not renewable in unlimited amounts. You do not get infinite mornings, infinite chances, infinite emotional recoveries from the same draining patterns. So ask yourself honestly, who is getting the best of me? What is getting the best of me? Where is my focus going? What have I been watering that should have been cut off? And what could my life look like if I redirected that energy back into my purpose? Imagine the version of you that stops reacting, stops explaining, stops defending, stops shrinking, stops circling around waste. Imagine the peace. Imagine the speed. Imagine the growth. Imagine how powerful your life becomes when your energy is no longer leaking into dead places. This is how people transform fast. Not just by learning more, but by leaking less. Less wasted emotion, less wasted conversation, less wasted attention, less wasted life. You stop trying to be understood by everyone. You become committed to becoming undeniable. And if this message hits you deeply, then this is bigger than one lesson. Because learning to stop wasting energy on flies is only one part of mastering your mind. You also need to understand how attention is programmed, how environments shape identity, how repetition builds belief, and how the wrong patterns can keep you trapped in cycles you never consciously chose. That is exactly why the next videos on this channel matter. If you want to go deeper into mental rewiring, emotional discipline, focus, identity, and the invisible programming behind your behavior, watch the other videos after this one. Do not just feel inspired for a moment. Train your mind properly. Because once you understand how your inner world is shaped, you stop living by accident and you start living by design. So remember this: a bee does not lose by being rejected by a fly. A bee only loses when he forgets what he is. You were not made to live in confusion. You were not made to spend your years in endless explanation. You were not made to abandon your purpose just because others are addicted to what destroys them. Let flies choose what flies choose. You choose the garden. Choose the work. Choose the discipline. Choose the peace. Choose the people who recognize the value of what is pure. Choose the life that is calling you forward. And the next time someone keeps rejecting the sweetness you offer, do not break your spirit trying to drag them into your light. Smile, bless them from a distance, and keep flying. Because your honey still has to be made, your story still has to be written, and your time here is far too precious to waste.